cases usually have one salient piece of evidence that eventually provides a key for a solution. And this one, which began one warm September night in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, was no exception. Although at the time that the victim was discovered, the two young lovers who stumbled upon the body thought that they had stumbled upon the victim of a heart attack.
Now, you can go home now if there isn't anything further you can add. If it's necessary, we'll get in touch with you.
Yes, sir. Come on, Jane.
They were chasing me.
Yes?
Blood was a big bad.
Is there anything else you can tell me?
Big bad choked me.
Well, this makes it a murder case. Her thyroid cartilage is fractured. Must have been a very strong man. No finger marks, probably mugged her with his arm.
Thank you, Doctor. Looks like we have a murder on our hands.
Bad way to go. Any identification?
Nothing. Just an empty coin purse.
Killed a woman for nothing.
Pardon me, Officer King. I might be mistaken, but that woman in there looks like Elaine Cochran. I've seen her in the coffee shop down the street. I think she worked for the telephone company. She was such a nice girl. I hope I'm wrong.
Well, thank you very much. We'll check her out right away.
O'Brien, you go over at the phone company and see if you can bring back a supervisor, somebody to identify her, and I'll call headquarters and let them know what we have so far, okay?
Right. Mrs. Johnson, this is my partner, Detective King. Mrs. Johnson's a supervisor from the telephone company.
Oh, has Officer Bryant explained the circumstances to you?
Yes, he has.
Well, would you be good enough to step in here and attempt an identification for us?
Of course.
Yes. That's Elaine Cochran, all right.
Are you all right, Mrs. Johnson?
You'll have to forgive me, but Elaine was one of our pets over at the company.
Well, did she have any enemies?
No, everybody loved her.
The next day, Officers King and Bryant began the long, tedious process of backtracking. First stop, the rooming house where Elaine Cochran had lived. A thorough search of the room revealed nothing. The landlady there could be of no help. They checked every house around the park. No one recalled hearing or seeing anything. A thorough search of the park didn't turn up anything even remotely related. It seemed impossible to the officers that someone wouldn't have heard something. The officers returned to headquarters. Then, from out of the blue, came a break.
Officer King? Officer Bryant?
I'm Officer King. This is Officer Bryant.
I'm Janice Grant. I work at the telephone company. I've worked the same shift as Elaine Cochran for almost 2 years. I think I might know who killed her.
Sit down, Miss Grant.
You'll have to forgive me for being nervous.
That's perfectly all right, Miss Grant. Just take your time.
Well, you see, Elaine Cochran and I look a great deal alike. Same hair, the same build. Some of the girls at the phone company used to get us mixed up. I know this isn't making much sense. I'll try to get to the point. What I have to say concerns a boyfriend of mine. We went together about 3 months, but I haven't seen him for the past month or so.
What's your boyfriend's name?
Tom Milton?
Well, why would your boyfriend want to harm Elaine Cochran?
Well, Tom was one of those neurotic types. He was always certain I was being unduly attentive to somebody else.
I don't see what this has to do with Elaine Cochran.
Well, I know this sounds absurd, but about a week ago, I was on my way home from the phone company, and he was waiting for me in the park. He had a real wild look in his eye, and he said, if you don't stop fooling around with other guys, you're not going to be around much any longer.
Well, what did you do?
Gee, I was so frightened, I just sat there and stared at him.
Was he carrying a weapon?
No, I didn't see any. After that, he just walked up, slapped me in the face, and disappeared into the darkness.
Did you report this incident to the police department?
No, I didn't think it was necessary. You know, I felt it was kind of a personal matter. And then I didn't want to be embarrassed by having to arrest him and appearing in court.
Did you see Mr. Melton again after that night?
Yes, twice. Both times he was waiting for me in the park. The first time I just ran right out and took a cab home. The second time, he called after me, and I ran across the park and down the street to my house. You know, in the dark, he could have mistaken Elaine Cochran for me. We always used to take the same route home through the park. She lived next door to me.
Well, do you know Mr. Melton's address?
Yes, it's 1207 Elm Place.
Well, thank you very much, Miss Grant.
I hope I did the right thing by coming here.
You certainly did.
You just go home and stay there until we talk to Melton. We'll contact you.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Goodbye. Hello, see what you can get on Tom Melton. 1207 Elm Place. Mr. Melton?
Yes?
We're police officers. We'd like to talk to you.
What about?
May we come in?
Certainly. Won't you sit down?
Do you live here alone?
For the last 3 years, since my mother died.
Mr. Melton, do you know a young lady who works for the telephone company by the name of Janice Grant?
Yes, we went together for a while. I'm very fond of her. Nothing's happened to Janice, has it?
No, nothing's happened to her.
You used to spend considerable time with her.
Yes.
But you broke up a while back, is that so?
Yes, but I can't see that that's any of your business.
I understand that you made certain threats to Miss Grant.
That's so silly. I realize it's silly now, but well, I'm an extremely jealous person, and well, I've grown very fond of Janice, and I didn't mean anything by what I said, not really.
Can you tell us where you were last night around 8 or 9 o'clock?
You mean about the time that woman was killed in the park?
Yeah, I mean around that time. Why?
Well, nothing. I just read it in the newspaper. I used to meet Janice in that park, and well, I thought at the time how lucky it was that it wasn't she.
Well, can you tell us where you were at approximately that time?
Yes, I was having dinner with Dr. and Mrs. Marcus. They picked me up here at the house about 5:30. He's my physician. He knows how nervous I've been. Well, you might call it an act of charity. Well, you can call the doctor. He'll tell you.
What's his number?
State 6516.
Dr. Ezra Marcus, a physician on the staff of the city hospital, readily confirmed Mr. Melton's statement that he was having dinner with the suspect at the time, some 20 miles from the scene of the crime. And once again, officers Bryant and King found themselves up a blind alley.
Well, I might have a little action for you boys.
Oh, with the luck we've been having, we could stand a little action.
Well, this raincoat was picked up in the park. It was shoved under a bush, spot about a block from where Elaine Cochran was killed.
Was there any identification on it?
Nothing.
Well, it figures.
However, the lab found blood on the sleeve, which matches the type of Elaine Cochran.
Well, it may be a break at last.
Well, the chief figured you'd want to check around town, see if anyone remembered seeing a man wearing anything like this.
You mean to tell me this is a man's coat?
That's right. The label's been torn out, but the lab man said he thinks it's a Italian manufacturer.
Fry, is this some kind of a gag? I'm not in the mood to have my leg pulled.
It's no gag. What's eating you?
You don't think it's a gag, do you, King?
I don't know. Maybe there are some guys who'd wear a coat like this. If the chief wants it checked out, we'll check it out. We checked everything else.
Okay, fellas. I'll see you.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Hi, King.
Hi,
Brian.
Hi.
What do you have?
Oh, just a little information. Ed, did you ever see a man wearing a raincoat like this before?
Hey, pretty fancy. Look, a hood and everything. Believe me, fellas, if I ever saw a guy wearing a coat like this, I'd never forget him.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to buy me lunch, and I'll return the favor tomorrow when I get my check from the oil company.
Well, this will make the 10th place so far.
I repeat my offer, sir, and I consider it a reasonable one. You buy me lunch today, and I'll buy both you gentlemen lunch tomorrow. My check from the oil company's a little late. It wasn't in the mail, you know.
Say, isn't your name L.C. Moore?
Yes, I'm L.C. Moore.
Well, of course. Well, Mr. Moore, when did you get into town?
Oh, a couple of days ago. I'm stopping at the Farnsworth Hotel.
Well, suppose we go up to your room. There's a little business I'd like to talk over with you.
Not before I have lunch.
Feed him.
Just until my check comes in from the oil company. You know, I expect it in tomorrow. And then I'll buy both you men lunch.
Why don't you and Mr. Moore sit over in the booth while I make a phone call?
Mr. Moore?
Play along with him. Give him a sandwich and a glass of milk. That man was committed to the insane asylum at Andersonville for murdering his wife. He used to run a gas station. He's under the delusion he's a big oil tycoon. So feed him, and then we'll take him down to the station and check him, okay?
Okay. No checks for anyone in the house. All checks are on L.C. Moore.
See what I mean?
You fellas brought me to a police station instead of coming to my hotel. I have a suite at the Farnsworth.
You'll be a lot more cozy here, Mr. Moore.
When did you arrive in town, Mr. Moore?
A couple of days ago.
And you've been at the Farnsworth ever since you arrived?
Yes, I checked in at once.
How did you get in town from over at Andersonville?
I hitched a ride. Oh, I had to give up my car and the chauffeur, you know. The dividend rate has fallen off terrifically.
Hello, Elsie.
Oh, hello, Dr. Hensley. I'd like you to meet a couple of friends of mine, Detective King and Detective Bryant.
I know the detectives. Hello, boys.
Glad you're here, Doctor.
Dr. Hensley is my personal physician. I keep him on a yearly retainer. Isn't that nice of me? I think that's nice of me.
When did Mr. Moore arrive in town, Doctor?
Just this morning. He's been gone less than 3 hours. Come on, Elsie.
Goodbye, gentlemen. Oh,
Goodbye.
the detectives are the nicest men. They bought me lunch and everything. I thought they were done.
After the raincoat and L.C. Moore clues had resulted in a blank, King and Bryant started from scratch again. A taxi driver belatedly reported that on the night of the murder, he had picked up a fare with bloodstains on his shirt. Checking thoroughly, the officers had found that the suspect was merely a pugnacious ex-logger who kept repeating, "You should have seen the other guy." 5 days had passed since the brutal murder. In all that time, the police were unable to produce any logical evidence or motive for the slaying. While officers King and Bryant worked overtime at police headquarters, Mrs. Thomas Barton was walking towards her home through the park where Elaine Cochran was mugged.
One of them grabbed me around the neck. The other one tried to grab my purse. The big man choked me with his arm.
Did they say anything?
They didn't say a word. They just jumped on me from nowhere.
Could you describe these men, Mrs. Barton?
Yes. One of them was tall, and the other was a little shorter. I think the tall man had on khaki pants and a khaki shirt. The smaller one had on a sports jacket.
With the attack on Mrs. Barton within 5 days after the killing of Elaine Cochran, and less than 50 feet from the spot of the killing, the police department threw a dragnet out for the assailants. People in the neighborhood were checked, and loiterers and suspicious characters were ceaselessly questioned. Patrol cars circled the district the entire night. Officers King and Bryant relentlessly combed the files for any criminals with a similar method of operation. But again, the net result of all the effort was a complete blank.
I can't help it. Somehow I've got the feeling we've overlooked something. I don't know what. It's just a hunch.
I can't imagine what. We checked out things in these two cases that in a normal investigation we wouldn't waste 2 minutes on.
I can't help it. Somehow I feel somewhere we've slipped up. Well, let's start at the beginning and go through everything right from the call.
I've gone over this file so many times I've got it memorized.
Well, let's go over it once again.
The only thing I can't get out of my mind is the fact that the Cochran woman was killed within a few yards of where Mrs. Barton was attacked.
Yes, but Elaine Cochran wasn't carrying a purse. You know, maybe we're mistaken in tying this purse snatching in with the Cochran slaying.
You know, Elaine Cochran was killed on a very dark night. Now, the purse snatcher could have made a mistake and thought she had a purse tucked under her arm, and when he grabbed for it and found nothing, it may have made him mad enough to choke her to death.
Yeah, that sounds logical enough, but where do we go from there? No leads, nothing concrete to go on. From here on in, everything we do is guesswork.
Well, usually such men are petty thieves. What do you say we get out the burglary and larceny folder and look over all the cases where incidental things were taken around the time of the mugging?
Why not? We've looked over everything else. Why leave out burglary and larceny?
I'll get the files.
Okay. Bill, take a look at this, will you?
Thanks.
These two burglaries, the Mid-City Health Club and the Quick Auto Laundry, were both broken into the day before the killing of Elaine Cochran.
Well, whoever broke into either of these places, or possibly both, must have been looking for money.
Yeah, but only petty items were taken. At the Health Club, shoes and clothing. The Auto Laundry, stationery supplies and towels.
Does it give a list of the articles missing?
No, it just says miscellaneous clothing.
Well, we can go over and check at both these places again.
Oh, not tonight we won't. My wife says if I'm not home before midnight tonight, she's leaving me. Night, fellas.
I don't know why I have to go through this again. I told the police what happened a week ago.
Well, we can appreciate that, but would you mind telling us again?
How many lockers were broken into?
None of the lockers. This is a high-class club. The members don't steal from each other.
Do you have a list of the articles of clothing taken?
I had a list. It was all petty stuff, like underwear, T-shirts, and socks.
By any chance was a man's imported raincoat taken?
Why, say, I never reported that. About 2 days ago, Jason Roberts came to me and told me his coat was missing. I didn't connect it with the robbery. It was an imported coat. Told me he bought it in Rome.
Oh, anything else?
Well, after the robbery, I found a pair of old dungarees in one of the lockers. The officers checked them, but there was no identification in them. Nothing but a cloth in the hip pocket. They didn't belong to any of the members of the club, so the officers figured that maybe the thief took them off and put on a pair of trousers from one of the lockers.
Are the dungarees still here?
Yes, I have them in, excuse me. I have them right back here in the locker.
Well, we'll take these along with us. Let's go over the auto wash.
Right. Thanks a lot. Hiya, Fred.
Hi, boys. What's up?
About that burglary.
What are you wasting your time for? They only took some soap and stationery. Couldn't open a safe, not $10 worth of stuff.
Does a cloth like this mean anything to you?
Sure, that's standard equipment here at the wash. They're chemically treated to use in wiping windows and windshields, take the water spots off.
How about these dungarees?
Come on, fellas. Dungarees are dungarees.
Yeah, well, we just figured these two patches and this rip over here.
Wait a minute. I did have a fellow work for me wore a pair like these. A fellow named Tom Kennedy.
When did he leave?
Oh, 2-3 weeks ago. He and his pal both quit. A fellow named Harry Blake.
Well, could you give us a description of them?
Harry Blake was kind of tall, real sullen disposition. 23, 24. Tom Kennedy was a little shorter. 20, 21.
Do you have any address on them?
Wait a minute. Yeah, here it is. 1247 Central.
Thanks, Fred.
Open up. Police officers, climb that wall.
All right, come on, get up. Come on, get up. Is that your coat? All right, come on, get going. We're going down to headquarters. Well, now, let's get back to that heist you pulled in the health club.
You got the wrong guy.
Are those your pants? We got a witness who says they are.
I never stole nothing, can't prove I did.
These were left at the health club after the burglary.
Okay, so we did it.
And that woman in State Park, you got about $60 when you snatched her purse, didn't you?
Well, Harry gave me $25. I don't remember. You ask him, he'll tell you.
That Cochran woman who was walking in the park last week, you really didn't mean to kill her, did you?
I didn't kill that woman.
Better get him a glass of water. He looks a little sick.
Here. Okay. Okay, so I was there. But I didn't kill her. I yelled at him not to do it. I took off and then I saw what he was going to do. And then he almost did it again the other night, grabbing and choking him with his elbow.
Bring Blake in.
Sit down.
Sit down, Blake. Your partner here just confessed to the health club burglary and also the purse snatching in the park. He also told me something very interesting, that you killed Elaine Cochran in the park last week.
He's lying. He did it.
What were you after?
We set out that night to get a woman with a pocketbook. We spotted this woman walking along alone. We waited till she got almost in line with us. Then we jumped out. She started to run. He grabbed her by the neck and choked her till she dropped. Then we looked around for her purse. She didn't have none.
He's lying. He grabbed her.
You mugged her.
I tell you, he killed her.
Is this the raincoat you took out of the locker at the health club?
Blake, Mrs. Barton's on her way down here now to identify the two of you. You know, in her report, she says the tall man of the two was the one that mugged her.
She's made a mistake.
I only went with him because he told me there's nothing to it. You check his record. He was arrested in St. Louis for mugging, did a scratch over her head.
Okay, Blake, let's knock that off.
You can't push me around. I want to call my lawyer.
Here, call your lawyer.
I don't remember his number.
Look it up in the phone book.
Big shot. So easy. Now he's got a lawyer. He couldn't pay his rent this month, but now he's got himself a lawyer.
Pipe down, Kennedy. The laboratory report showed that the blood type found on this raincoat matched exactly Miss Elaine Cochran's blood type. Kennedy, I want you to try this coat on. Whoever was wearing this raincoat did the actual mugging.
I told you he's the one that did the mugging. You can see raincoat doesn't fit me. I told you he's the one. He's the one.
Harry Blake and Tom Kennedy were speedily scheduled to be tried for the crimes they had committed. Because of their financial condition, the court appointed a public defender to represent them both. But on the day of the trial, both of the accused asked the court to enter their plea of guilty to all charges and threw themselves on the mercy of the court. Both of them were sentenced to life imprisonment for their crimes, with a recommendation by the court that parole forever be denied to them. Next week, we'll bring you another dramatic and actual crime report from the files of Official Detective Magazine.